Narayanaaya. Om Namo Narayanaaya. Om Namo Narayanaaya. Om Namo Narayanaaya. Respected friends, welcome you all. Today we will be studying our Shwethashwathara Upanishad, 4th chapter, 7th mantra, second portion of what sadhana as a jiva you and I have to do to come out of shoka, become vita shoka from with shoka. Justam yada pashyati anyamesha. That most important guidance Shruti Mata is giving us, and Bhashyakara will explain thoroughly. We will study. Before that, our Upanishad mantra ucharana. Before that, our Mangalacharana shloka sankalpa. Before that, instead of our common sense thought today, first and foremost, only before doing our Veda Parayanam, we will do the chantings of Devi Khadgamala Stotram, today being Friday, and also NRUSIMHA Kavacham, and also Kalabhairava ASHTAKAM. These three will take around 20 minutes. These we will do with total intense devotion, Shraddha, to invoke the Krupa Shakti of Mata Adipara Shakti and also the Nrsimha Shakti and Shiva Shakti, Kala Bhairava Shakti. In the entire Indian Army, Air Force, Navy, defense system, the entire Indian government, everybody, in fact, starting from the whole Bharat Desha, imagine the whole map, the Rakshana Kavacham Shakti to the entire Bharat Desha is happening. And mainly to begin with, the total Indian government, in that the President of India, President, the Prime Minister, the entire cabinet, then the defense system, Army, Air Force, Navy, every of the Chief of the Army, Air Force, Navy, Silekar, all the ranks coming down. Remember every one of them, including every of the colonels, the captains, the soldiers, lance nayaks, subedars, whatever the ranks that are there, up to those people who are driving the trucks, who are making the food for army people, who are carrying the luggage, who are doing their seva, grossest work, and then all the defense establishments where the arms ammunitions are produced and they are carried, they are installed. Every individual, let us remember, and their families, all of them, this Divya Shakti should enter. So, to the entire Indian economy system, all, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, right now we are all first Indians. India, Pakistan, this terrible, non-wanted the war happening because of escalation from the other side, the Pakistan. Our people also are giving great response after 1971 in this 54 years. This is the biggest aggressive war that's going on. So India, without even a slightest of the courage also to any of the Indians in Indian place or system, should totally win over that terrorist producing country Pakistan. To any extent, the India should go and finish the entire thing. Nothing wrong. Already the Bhavishyavani is there that that country will be erased from the map. Personally, we have no enmity with them, but they, for whatever reason, are aggressive with our nation from the time we gave them the whole land, a country itself, when they have requested or begged. Isn't it 70 years? How much of dukkha to Indian army people have happened because of the terrorist attacks again and again. So it has become beyond control, beyond bardash for India. How long we can tolerate? So we have well equipped ourselves, we are doing it, but what is required is the divine Shakti. So let every Indian, in whatever their religion, our Hindus, all devatas, all Guru, Rishi, Muni, we have to pray, invoke their Shakti required. in every temple, in every spiritual organization, in every ashramas, every matha, in every house, continuously the upasanas, the yajnas, the chantings, the japas, the prarthanas should go on happening to invoke all in all total divine power for our Bharat Desha and our government and defense system to totally defeat. So that for all the times to come in future, no other country, including Pakistan, have an eye even towards our India. They all should know Bharat is the Vishwaguru and truly be guide when they seek it, but when they try to do any nonsense, mischief, they will not be spared. That type of message should go all across. We always depend on Divya Shakti, Bhagavad Shakti. Therefore, we are invoking it and we are never the aggressors. We never have a thought of conquering other nation or destroying anybody. It is never our nature only. But our toleration is taken as weakness by others. Entering into our own country and the people are peacefully celebrating their picnic there. Coming and killing them point blank range. How terrible it is, how aggression is that from that side. Latest one, 22nd April 2025, Pahalgam. Before that, thousands of times. So it is beyond toleration, isn't it? We cannot have more patience. We have to be so aggressively teaching the lesson. That's how our Indian defense system is doing their best to neutralize all those sources of negativity trying to trouble our Bharata Mata. So Operation Sindhur 2. If it is required, Operation Sindhur 100 also will happen. Let Bharata Mata get all the Shakti to defeat the enemies. I hope you have understood the need of the hour. Yes, we all study Upanishads, Vedanta, Brahmagnana, Tattvajnana. That's our goal. But to reach to that, the required purity, required single pointedness comes through a karma yoga. Every rishi, muni, every devata, in the need of the hours, all of them became aggressive. Is not Agastyaji came and taught Aditya Hridayam to Rama before the Ravana is killed? Is not all the rishis, munis have empowered all the avatars, devatas at the time of their yuddha when the Vamana had to suppress Bali, or in any of the every of the case you see, the Rishi Munis have used their tapashakti to establish dharma, to defeat, destroy the adharma. Therefore, it is absolutely required. Let every Hindu particularly come out of that weakness or emotion or inhibition or sentiment which weakens us, our India and our government. No, India should be there. Sanatana Dharma should be there to protect or save or serve the whole universe. For that, we have to be aggressive to defeat the enemies. Every Hindu should now, in every of the days, their puja should pray for Desha and Sanatana Dharma Rakshana. Then only pray for every individual. Pray for yourself also because when you and I are there, then only we can pray. We can do our tapasya and sadhana, offer it for Bharata Mata. So as said, remember the whole nation, remember the entire government, remember all ranks of people, starting from the president, prime minister, all the cabinet, the entire defense system, all the army, air force, navy personnel at all ranks, including the lowest cadre, everyone, and all other departments of the government and every individual. There should be peace, there should be stability, there should be so much of intense, deep prayer that this divine Shakti, as we are invoking, should enter into the entire arms and ammunitions, the minds and intellects and sharira of all our and indriyas of all our personal. Not even one person should have even little injury also. So much aggressively, successfully, we should succeed in these operations, Sindur 1, 2, 3, whatever number. throughout the day, night, keep chanting mantras. All the divine Shakti mantras, Adi Parashakti mantra, Dashavataras, all the mantras, the Shiva mantras, the Ganapati mantra, the Subramanya mantras, the Kalabhairava mantras, the Rama mantra, the Krishna mantra, the Venkateshwara mantra, the Hayagriva mantras, all the Divya Shakti mantras which are there, thousands in our Shastras. Search them, you will know them. Keep doing. So yesterday, day before, we have done few of them. Today we will be doing our three things. Half an hour it will take, let it take. What's more important than our contribution to our nation at this time? Our satsangas will keep on continuing. We will do them. We will not compromise with them because that's the need of India and Sanatana Dharma and our sadhana. Yet, the need of our is this, recognizing it as a minimum contribution, these invocations. So, first we will do the Devi Khadgamala Stotram, invoking the Mother's Krupa. Then we will definitely do Prahlada Krita, NRUSIMHA KAVACHAM, then the most important, powerful KALABHAIRAVA ASHTAKAM. Don't allow the mind intellect to sink into slumber or stupor. Let it be active, dynamic. Let all those devatas with their infinite powers be invoked and prayed, and see to it, feel that they are entering into the entire Bharata Prabhutva system and all the defense system. Need of the hour, है ना? सब कुछ होने के बाद उस समय ऐसा बैठकर रोने से, प्रे करने से कुछ नहीं होता. पहले ही भगवान से माम अनुस्मर देन युध्यच. First remember me and then fight out. Everywhere. Remember and fight, not fight and thereafter regret and remember. माम अनुस्मर युध्यच. पहले मेरा स्मरण करो, then युद्ध करो. I will be there with you to give you the Vijaya. Let us chant it. Om समस्त शत्रुणां प्रति भारत देशस्य निर्विघ्न विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं शाश्वत रूपेण बाह्याभ्यंतर समस्त शत्रुणां समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हैदव संस्कृतेः संप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थं समस्त संरक्षणार्थं धैर्य स्थैर्य शक्त्यादीनाम् अवाप्त्यर्थं श्रीदेवी खड्गमाला स्तोत्रस्य श्री नृसिंह कवचस्य श्री कालभैरवाष्टकस्य पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. स्टार्ट. ओम अथ श्रीदेवी खड्गमाला नामावली स्तोत्रम प्रार्थना. ओम ह्रींकारासन गर्भिता नलशिखां सौक्लीं कलां बिभ्रतीं सौवर्णां वरधारिणीं वरसुधा धौतां त्रिनेत्रोज्ज्वलां वन्दे पुस्तकपाशमङ्कुशधरां स्रग्भूषितामुज्ज्वलां त्वां गौरीं त्रिपुरां परात्परकलां श्रीचक्रसञ्चारिणीम्. ओमस्य श्रीशुद्धशक्तिमाला महामन्त्रस्य उपस्थेन्द्रियाधिष्ठायी वरुणादित्य ऋषिः दैवी गायत्री छन्दः सात्विक ककार भट्टारक पीठस्थित कामेश्वरांक निलया महाकामेश्वरी श्री ललिता भट्टारिका देवता. ऐं बीजं क्लीं शक्तिः सौः कीलकं मम भारतवर्षस्य समस्त सैनिकानां खड्गसिद्ध्यर्थे समस्त आयुध शक्ति सिद्ध्यर्थे सर्व अभीष्ट सिद्ध्यर्थे युद्धे पूर्ण विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं जपे विनियोगः. मूलमन्त्रेण षडङ्गन्यासं कुर्यात् ध्यानम्. ॐ तादृशं खड्गमाप्नोति येन हस्तस्थितेन वै अष्टादश महाद्वीप सम्राट् भोक्ता भविष्यति. ॐ आरक्ताभां त्रिनेत्राम् अरुणिमवसनां रत्नताटङ्करम्यां हस्ताम्भोजैः सपाशाङ्कुशमदन धनुत्सायकैर्विस्फुरन्तीम् आपीनोत्तुङ्गवक्षोरुह कलश लुटत्तारहारोज्ज्वलां ताराहारोज्ज्वलाङ्गीं ध्यायेदम्बोरुहस्ताम् अरुणिमवसनाम् ईश्वरीम् ईश्वराणाम् ॐ लम् इत्यादि पञ्चपूजां कुर्यात् यथाशक्ति मूलमन्त्रं जपेत्। ॐ लं पृथ्वी तत्त्वात्मिकायै श्रीललिता त्रिपुरसुन्दरी पराभट्टारिकायै गन्धं परिकल्पयामि नमः। हम आकाशतत्त्वात्मिकायै श्रीललिता त्रिपुरसुन्दरी पराभट्टारिकायै पुष्पं परिकल्पयामि नमः। ओम यं वायुतत्त्वात्मिकायै श्रीललिता त्रिपुरसुन्दरी पराभट्टारिकायै धूपं परिकल्पयामि नमः। रं तेजस्तत्त्वात्मिकायै श्रीललिता त्रिपुरसुन्दरी पराभट्टारिकायै दीपं परिकल्पयामि नमः। वं अमृतात्मिकायै अमृततत्त्वात्मिकायै श्रीललिता त्रिपुरसुन्दरी पराभट्टारिकायै अमृतनैवेद्यं परिकल्पयामि नमः। सं सर्वतत्त्वात्मिकायै श्रीललिता त्रिपुरसुन्दरी पराभट्टारिकायै ताम्बूलादि सर्वोपचारान् परिकल्पयामि नमः। श्रीदेवी सम्बोधनम् ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ऐं क्लीं सौः ॐ नमस्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी। ॐ हृदयदेवी शिरोदेवी शिखादेवी कवचदेवी नेत्रदेवी अस्त्रदेवी कामेश्वरी भगमालिनी नित्यक्लिन्ने भेरुण्डे वह्निवासिनी महावज्रेश्वरी शिवधूते त्वरिते कुलसुन्दरी नित्ये नीलपताके विजये सर्वमङ्गले ज्वालामालिनी चित्रे महानित्ये परमेश्वर परमेश्वरी वित्रेशमयी षष्ठीशमयी उड्डीशमयी चर्यानाथमयी लोपामुद्रामयी अगस्त्यमयी कालतापनमयी धर्माचार्यमयी मुक्तकेशीश्वरमयी दीपकलानाथमयी विष्णुदेवमयी प्रभाकरदेवमयी तेजोदेवमयी मनोजदेवमयी कल्याणदेवमयी वासुदेवमयी रत्नदेवमयी श्रीरामानंदमयी हणिमासिद्धे लघिमासिद्धे गरिमासिद्धे महिमासिद्धे ईशित्वसिद्धे वशित्वसिद्धे प्राकाम्यसिद्धे भुक्तिसिद्धे इच्छासिद्धे प्राप्तिसिद्धे सर्वकामसिद्धे ब्राह्मी माहेश्वरी कौमारी वैष्णवी वाराही माहेन्द्री चामुण्डे महालक्ष्मी सर्वसंक्षोभिणी सर्वविद्राविणी सर्वाकर्षिणी सर्ववशङ्करी सर्वोन्मादिनी सर्वमहाङ्कुशे सर्वकेचरी सर्वबीजे सर्वयोने सर्वत्रिखण्डे त्रैलोक्यमोहनचक्रस्वामिनी प्रकटयोगिनी कामाकर्षिणी बुद्ध्याकर्षिणी अहंकाराकर्षिणी शब्दाकर्षिणी स्पर्शाकर्षिणी रूपाकर्षिणी रसाकर्षिणी गंधाकर्षिणी चित्ताकर्षिणी धैर्याकर्षिणी स्मृत्याकर्षिणी नामाकर्षिणी बीजाकर्षिणी आत्माकर्षिणी अमृताकर्षिणी शरीराकर्षिणी सर्वाशा परिपूरक चक्रस्वामिनी गुप्त योगिनी अनंग कुसुमे अनंग मेखले अनंग मदने अनंगमदनातुरे अनंगरेखे अनंगवेगिनी अनंगांकुशे अनंगमालिनी सर्वसंक्षोभणचक्रस्वामिनी गुप्तधरयोगिनी सर्वसंक्षोभिणी सर्वविद्राविणी सर्वाकर्षिणी सर्वाह्लादिनी सर्वसम्मोहिनी सर्वस्तंभिनी सर्वजृंभिणी सर्ववशंकरी सर्वरंजनी सर्वोन्मादिनी सर्वार्थसाधिके सर्वसंपत्तिपूरणे सर्वमंत्रमयी सर्वद्वन्द्वक्षयंकरी सर्वसौभाग्यदायक चक्रस्वामिनी संप्रदाय योगिनी सर्वसिद्धिप्रदे सर्वसंपत्प्रदे सर्वप्रियंकरी सर्वमंगलकारिणी सर्वकामप्रदे सर्वदुःखविमोचनी सर्वमृत्युप्रशमनी सर्वविघ्ननिवारणी सर्वांगसुंदरी सर्वसौभाग्यदायिनी सर्वार्थसाधकचक्रस्वामिनी कुलोत्तीर्णयोगिनी सर्वज्ञे सर्वशक्ते सर्व ऐश्वर्यप्रदायिनी सर्वज्ञानमयी सर्वव्याधिविनाशिनी सर्वाधारस्वरूपे सर्वपापहरे सर्वानन्दमयी सर्वरक्षास्वरूपिणी सर्व ईप्सितबलप्रदे सर्वरक्षाकरचक्रस्वामिनी निगर्भयोगिनी वशिनी कामिनी रहस्ययोगिनी बाणिनी चापिनी पाशिनी अंकुशिनी महाकामेश्वरी महावज्रेश्वरी महाभगमालिनी सर्वसिद्धिप्रद चक्रस्वामिनी अति रहस्य योगिनी श्री श्री महाभट्टारिके सर्वानंदमय चक्रस्वामिनी परापर रहस्य योगिनी त्रिपुरे त्रिपुरेशी त्रिपुर सुंदरी त्रिपुरवासिनी त्रिपुरा श्री त्रिपुरमालिनी त्रिपुरा सिद्धे त्रिपुराम्बा महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी महामहेश्वरी महामहाराज्ञी महामहाशक्ते महामहागुप्ते महामहाज्ञप्ते महामहानन्दे महामहास्कन्दे महामहाशये महामहा श्रीचक्रनगरसाम्राज्ञे नमस्ते 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 नमः। फलश्रुतिः एषा विद्या महासिद्धिदायिनी स्मृतिमात्रदः अग्निवातमहाक्षोभे राजा राष्ट्रस्य विप्लवे लुण्ठने तस्करभये संग्रामे सलिलप्लवे समुद्रयान विक्षोभे भूतप्रेतादिके भये अपस्मारज्वरव्याधि मृत्युक्षामादिजे भये शाकिनी पूतना यक्ष रक्षक कूष्माण्डजे भये मित्रभेदे ग्रहभये व्यसनेष्वाविचारिके अन्येष्वपि च दोषेषु मालामन्त्रं स्मरेन्नरः सर्वोपद्रवनिर्मुक्तः साक्षात् शिवमयो भवेत् आपत्काले नित्यपूजां विस्तारात् कर्तुमारभेत्। ॐ एकवारं जपध्यानं सर्वपूजाफलं लभेत् नवावरणदेवीनां ललिताया महोजसा एकत्रगणनारूपो वेदवेदाङ्गगोचरः सर्वागमरहस्यार्थः स्मरणात् पापनाशिनी ललिताया महेशान्या माला विद्यामहीयसी सर्ववश्यं नरेन्द्राणां वश्यं नारीवशङ्करम् अणिमादिगुणैश्वर्यं रञ्जनं पापभञ्जनं तत्तदावरणस्थायि देवता वृन्दमन्त्रकं मालामन्त्रं परं गुह्यं परं धाम प्रकीर्तितं शक्तिमाला पंचधा स्यात् शिवमाला च तादृशी तस्मात् गोप्यतरात् गोप्यं रहस्यं मुक्तिमुक्तिदम्। इति श्रीवामकेश्वर तंत्रे उमामहेश्वर संवादे श्री देवी खड्गमाला स्तोत्र रत्नम. Friends, we have done the chanting of it only with one purpose, for the vijaya, success, victory of our desha nation over the enemies Pakistan in this terrible war operation Sindoor. Restrict the sankalpa only for this purpose, not for anything. India should be protected, defending itself, defeating all the enemies from whichever the direction they come. Now let us chant the second one. Nrusimha Kavacham by Prahaladji. Take out. I have sent it to you. Om Ath Shri Nrusimha Kavacha Stotram. Om Nrusimha Kavacham Vakshe Prahladenoditam Pura Sarvadakshakaram Punyam Sarvopadravanasanam Sarvasampatkaram Chaiva Swargamokshapradayakam Dhyatva Nrusimham Devesham Hemasimhasanastitam Vivrutashyam Trinayanam Sharadindu Samaprabham Lakshmya Lingita Vamangam Vibhuti Virupashritam Chaturbhujam Komalangam Swarna Kundala Shobhitam Saroja Shobhito Raskam Ratna Keyura Mudritam Tapta Kanchana Sankasham Pita Nirmala Vasasam Indradisara Maulistha Spuran Manikya Deeptibihi Virajita Padadvandvam Shanka Chakradi Hetibihi Garutmatasa Vinayam Stuyamanam Mudanvidam Swahrut Kamala Samvasam Krutva tu Kavacham Pathed. Om Nrusimho me Shirapatu Lokarakshatma Sambhavaha Sarva Gopistam Bhavasaha Palam me Rakshatu Dhvanim. Nrusimho me Drushaupatu Soma Suryagnilochanaha Smrutim me Patu Nruharir Munivarya Stuti Priyaha Nasam me Simhanasastu Mukam Lakshmi Mukhapriyaha Sarva Vidyati Bhapatu Nrusimho Rasanam Mama Vaktram Patvindu Vadanaha Sada Prahlada Vanditaha Nrusimha Patu me Kantham Skandhau Bhuvaranantakrit Divyastra Shobhita Bhujaha Nrusimha Patu me Bhujau Karo me Deva Varadaha Nrusimha Patu Sarvataha Hridayam Yogi Sadhyascha Nivasam Patu me Harihi Madhyam Patu Hiranyaksha Vakshaha Kukshividaranaha Nabhim me Patu Nruharihi Swanabhi Brahma Samstutaha ब्रह्मांडकोटय कट्यां यस्यासौ पातु मे कटिं गुह्यं मे पातु गुह्यानां मंत्राणां गुह्यरूपधृगो ऊरु मनोभवः पातु जानुनी नररूपधृग जङ्घे पातु धराभार हर्तायवसौ नृकेसरी सुरराज्यपदः प्रदः पातु पादं मे नृहरीश्वरः सहस्रशीर्षः पुरुषः पातु मे सर्वशस्तनुं महोग्रह पूर्वतः पातु महावीराग्रजोग्नितः महाविष्णुर्दक्षिणे तु महाज्वालस्तु नैऋतौ पश्चिमे पातु सर्वेशो दिशि मे सर्वतो मुखः नृसिंहः पातु वायव्यां सौम्यां भूषणविग्रहः ईशान्यां पातु भद्रो मे सर्वमङ्गलदायकः संसारभयदः पातु मृत्योर्मृत्युर्नृकेसरी इदं नृसिंहकवचं प्रह्लादमुखमण्डितं भक्तिमान्यः पठे नित्यं सर्वपापैः विमुच्यते पुत्रवान् धनवान् लोके दीर्घायुरुपजायते यं यं कामयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोत्य संशयं सर्वत्र जयमाप्नोति सर्वत्र विजयी भवेत् भूम्यन्तरिक्ष दिव्यानां ग्रहाणां विनिवारणं वृश्चिकोरगसम्भूता विशापहरणं वरं ब्रह्म राक्षस यक्षाणां दूरोत्सारणकारणं भूर्जे वाताळपत्रे वा कवचं लिखितं शुभं करमूले धृतं येन सिद्ध्येयुः कर्मसिद्धयः देवासुरमनुष्येषु स्वं स्वमेव जयं लभेत् एकसन्ध्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं वा यः पठेन्यतो नरः सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं भुक्तिं मुक्तिं च विन्दति द्वात्रिंशच्च सहस्राणि पठेत् शुद्धात्मनां नृणां कवचस्यास्य मन्त्रस्य मन्त्रसिद्धिः प्रजायते अनेन मन्त्रराजेन कृत्वा भस्माभिमन्त्रणं तिलकं विन्यसेद्यस्तु तस्य ग्रहभयं हरेत् त्रिवारं जपमानस्तु दत्तं वार्यभिमन्त्र्य च प्राशयेद्यो नरो मन्त्रं नृसिंहध्यानमाचरेत् तस्य रोगाः प्रणश्यन्ति ये च स्युः कुक्षिसम्भवाः किमत्र बहुनोक्तेन नृसिंहसदृशो भवेत् मनसा चिन्तितं यत्तु सतश्चाप्नोत्य संशयं गर्जन्तं गर्जयन्तं निजभुजपटलं स्फोटयन्तं हठन्तं रूप्यन्तं तापयन्तं दिवि भुवि द्वितिजं क्षेपयन्तं क्षिपन्तं क्रन्दन्तं रोषयन्तं दिशि दिशि सततं संहरन्तं भरन्तं वीक्षन्तं घूर्णयन्तं शरनिकरशतैर्दिव्यसिंहं नमामि इति श्रीब्रह्माण्डपुराणे प्रह्लादोक्तं श्रीनृसिंहकवचम्. Whenever such things are chanted, it is to invoke the kavacha on ourselves. But our sense now is the whole India, Bharat Mata and Sanatana Dharma. So whichever are the Shiro Bhagaha, Phala Bhagaha, Karnaha, they are said, we should imagine that it is the different parts of Bharata Mata. Now east, west, north, south, all the whole country should be felt like the Manushya Rupa. This Kavacham, Kavacha Shakti should be invoked for that. Very good. Now let us do the chanting of Kalabhairava Ashtakam. Very, very important. Kalabhairava Bhagwan should bless all of us. Yes. Om Adakalavairavashtakam. Om Devaraja Sevyamana Pavanangri Pankajam Vyalayagna Sutramindu Shekharam Krupakaram Naradadi Yogi Vrindavanditam Digambaram Kashikapuradhinatha Kalabhairavam Bhaje Bhanukoti Bhaswaram Bhavabditarakam Param Neelakantamipsitarthadayakam Trilochanam कालकालमम्बुजाक्षमक्षशूलमक्षरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे शूलटङ्कपाशदण्डपाणिमादिकारणं श्यामकायमादिदेवमक्षरं निरामयं भीमविक्रमं प्रभुं विचित्रताण्डवप्रियं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे धर्मसेतुपालकं त्वधर्ममार्गनाशकं कर्मपाशमोचकं सुशर्मदायकं विभुं स्वर्णवर्णकेशपाशशोभिताङ्गनिर्मलं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे रत्नपादुकाप्रभाभिरामपादयुग्मकं नित्यमद्वितीयमिष्टदैवतं निरञ्जनं मृत्युदर्पनाशनं कराळदंष्ट्रभूषणं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे अट्टहास भिन्न पद्मजाण्डकोश सन्ततिं दृष्टिपातनष्टपापजालमुग्रशासनम् अष्टसिद्धिदायकं कपालमालिकाधरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे भूतसङ्गनायकं विशालकीर्तिदायकं काशीवासि लोकपुण्यपापशोधकं विभुं नीतिमार्गकोविदं पुरातनं जगत्पतिं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवाष्टकं पठन्ति ये मनोहरं ज्ञानमुक्तिसाधकं विचित्रपुण्यवर्धनं शोकमोहदैन्यलोभकोपतापनाशनं ते प्रयान्ति कालभैरवाङ्घ्रिसन्निधिं ध्रुवं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भैरवं भजे इति श्रीमत् शंकराचार्य विरचितं कालभैरवाष्टकं सम्पूर्णम्। ओम श्रीं ह्रीं ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं क्लीं सौः श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं क्लीं सौः श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं क्लीं सौः श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं क्लीं सौः श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं क्लीं सौः श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं क्लीं सौः श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं क्लीं सौः श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः. Just pray to the mother for the safety of all our Indian soldiers and their complete victory over the dushta enemies. Do that. Om Namo Narayanaaya. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Lakshmi Narasimhaya Prahladaaya Cha. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Lakshmi Narayana Prahladaaya Cha. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Lakshmi Narasimhaya 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 Prahladaaya Cha. Om Om Shri Kalabhairava. Om Shri Kalabhairava. Om Om Shri Kalabhairava. Om Shri Kalabhairava. Om Shri Kalabhairava. Om Shri Kalabhairava. Om Om Shri Kalabhairavaya Namaha. Om Shri Kalabhairavaya Namaha. Now come Rigveda. Yesterday we have concluded 7th Mandalam. Let us start from the 8th Mandalam chanting today. How much ever it is there, let us start. We will do the first Anuvaka, that is enough, which is big enough, which has got 34 mantras, 5-6 minutes, never mind. Om Atha Veda Parayanam Rigvedah Ashtamamandalam Prathamonuvakah. Om, I have sent it to you, just check. Om Achidanyadvisham Santa Sakhayo Marishanyata Indramitsthota Vrushanam Sachanu Sutha Shamsata Avakrakshinam Ramgam Nacharshani Saham Vidveshanam Sambanano Vayankaram Mamhishtamupayavinam यच्छित्तित्वा जना इमे नाहवन्त भूतये अस्माकं ब्रह्मेदमिन्द्रभूतो तेहा विश्वा च वर्धनम् कर्तूर्यन्ते मघवन् विपश्चितोर्यो विपोजनानाम् उपक्रमस्व पुरुरूपमा भरवाजं नेदिष्टमूतये महे च न त्वामद्रिवः पराशुल्काय देयाम न सहस्राय नायुताय वज्रिवो न शताय शतामघ वस्यागम् इन्द्रासि मे पितुरुद भ्रातुपुञ्जतः माता च मे छदयतः समावसो वसुत्वनाय राधसे क्वेयत क्वेदसि पुरुत्रा चित्तिते मनः अलर्षि युध्म खजकृत्पुरन्दर प्रगायत्रा अगाशिशुः प्रास्मै गायत्रमर्चत वा तुर्यः पुरन्दरः याभिः काण्वास्योपबर्हिरासदं यासद्वज्रीभिनत्पुरः ये ते सन्ति दशग्विनः शतिनो ये सहस्रिणः अश्वासो ये ते वृषणो रघुत्रुवस्ते वीर्नस्तूयमागहि आत्वद्य सवरुद्धुघां कुवे गायत्र वेपसम् इन्द्रं धेनुं सुदुघामन्यामिष मुरुधारामरङ्कृतम् यत्तु दत्सूर एतशं वङ्कोवातस्य पर्णिना वहत्कुत्समार्जुनेयम् शतक्रतोत्सरन् गन्धर्वमस्तृतम् यरुते चिदभिश्रिशः पुरा जतृभ्य आतृदः सन्धाता सन्धिं मघवा पुरूवसुरिष्कर्ता विहृतं पुनः मा भूमनिष्ट्या इवेन्द्रत्वदर्णा इव वनानि न प्रजाहितान्यद्रिवो दुरोषासो अमन्मही दशना दनाशवो नुग्रासश्च वृत्रहन् सकृत्सुते महता शूरराधसा अनुस्तोमं मुदीमहि यदि स्तोमं मम श्रवदस्माकमिन्द्रविन्दवः तिरः पवित्रं सस्रुवां स आशवो वन्दन्तु तृग्र्यावृदः आत्वद्य सदस्तुतिं वावातु सख्युरागहे उपस्तुतिर्मघो नाम प्रत्वावत्वधा तेवश्मि सुष्टुतिं सोताहि सोममद्रिभिरेमे नमप्सुधावत गव्यावस्त्रेव वासयन्त इन्नरो निर्दुक्षन्वक्षणाभ्यः अदग्मो अधवा दिवो बृहतो रोचना दधे अयावर्धस्व तन्वा गिरा ममा जाता सुक्रतो पृण इन्द्राय सुमदिन्तमं सोमं सोतावरेण्यं शक्र एनं पीपयद्विश्वया धिया हिन्वानं न वाजयुम् मा त्वा सोमस्य गल्दया सदा याचन्नहङ्गिरा भूर्णिं मृगं न सवनेषु चुक्रुतं कैशानं न याचिषतो मदेनेषितं मदमुग्रमुग्रेण शवसा विश्वेषां तरुतारं मदच्युतं मदेहिष्मा ददाधिनः शेवारे वार्या पुरुदेवो मर्ताय दाशुषे ससुन्वते च स्तुवते च रासते विश्वगूर्तो अरिष्टुतः इन्द्रयाहि मत्स्य चित्रेण देवराधसा नरो सरो न प्रास्युदरं सपीतिभिरा सोमेभिरुरुस्फिरम् आत्वा सहस्रमा शतं युक्ता रथे हिरण्यये ब्रह्मयुजो हरय इन्द्रकेशिनो वान्तु सोमपीतये आत्वा रथे हिरण्यये हरि मयूरशेष्या इति पृष्टावहतां मध्वो अन्धसो विवक्षणस्य भीतये पिबात्वस्य गिर्वणः सुतस्य पूर्वपा इव परिष्कृतस्य रसिन यमासु तिश्चारुर्मदाय पत्यते य एको अस्ति दंसना महा उग्रो अभिवरतैः गमत्स शिप्री न स योषदागमद्धवं न परिवर्जति त्वं पुरं च रिष्ण्वं वदैः शुष्णस्य संपिणक त्वं वा अनुचरो अदद्विता यदिन्द्रहव्यो भुवः मम त्वासूर उदिते मम मध्यं दिने दिवः मम प्रपित्वे अपि शर्वरेव सवास्तोमासो अवृत्सतः स्तुहि स्तुहि देते घाते मंहिष्ठासो मघोनां निन्दिताश्वः प्रपथि परमज्यामगस्य मेद्याथिते आयदश्वान्वतः श्रद्धयाहं रथेरुहम् उत वामस्य वसुनश्चिकेतति यो अस्ति याद्वः पशुः य रुज्रा मह्यं वामहे सह त्वचा हिरण्यया एषा विश्वान्यभ्यस्तु सौभगा सङ्गस्य स्वनद्रतः अदप्लायो गिरति दास धन्याना संगो अग्ने दशभिः सहस्रैः अधोक्षणो दशमह्यं रुषन्तो नला इव सरसो निरतिष्ठन् अन्वस्य स्थूरन्ददृशे पुरस्तादनस्त ऊरु दवरम्बमाणः शश्वती नार्यविचक्ष्याः सुभद्रमर्यभोजनं बिभर्षि ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. So first anuvakam we have done. Pray throughout the day, friends, for the entire nation to be peaceful as it is now. No facility should get disturbed. Nobody should get panic. Everybody calm, cool, know what they have to do. Let them do. Let that awareness be there. Now, in today's common sense thought, quietly in 2 minutes, the thought is, as the outer yuddha, so is the inner yuddha continuously. Between the jnana and ajnana, between viveka and aviveka, between the spashtata of the lakshya marga and the moha, between antarmukhata and bahirmukhata, between the atma jnana and atma tadatmya to the anatma brahma and anatma tadatmya. The antar yuddha also goes on happening in every individual. Here also, the joy of life is in equipping in all our positivities and becoming successful in the positives by defeating the negative. The list is already set. Keep on gaining the jnanam, defeat the ajnanam. Keep on increasing the sattva guna and defeat the rajo and tamo guna. Keep on becoming antarmukha and sukshma in the understanding of the adhisthana and defeat the bahirmukha, sthula, the kalpita, jagat and our slavery to it. Defeat the nastikata with the astikata. And defeat our the entire Vaishayasakti, Bhautikvada with Adhyatmikavada of all our upasanas, etc. In this way, you and I as an individual, while evolving ourselves, become positive contributor to the world where we are at a given moment of the time. So this antar yuddha also. We cannot be quiet. We cannot allow the enemies to continuously be aggressive, to keep on defeating us, making us miserable. As in the case of the Pakistan government and army, prompted terrorists continuously create the doubt, fear in us. Going on happening, it is so long. So too, our avidya, our moha, our dehendriyadi upadhi and the kamanas in us continuously create that fear in us, create this bondage in us, create that limitation in us. As India has taken up the Operation Sindoor mission to go and attack the enemy camp itself. Remember, sometimes, many a times, as we told you yesterday, day before, Ravana was aggressive in invading Sri Rama and Sita ji at the Parnashala when they were doing their tapasya in their own way, in their Vanavasa Diksha, he kidnapped Sita, Ravana. Then Rama entered into his territory, Lanka, and finished. So to Lord Krishna was peaceful in his Vrindavan. But Kamsa has invaded him with all terrorist Rakshasas, right from the female cadre Putana, first terrorist. Then Bhagavan had to finish them and go into his area, Mathura, and finish him, the Kamsa. So too, as we take in medicine also the vaccines, preventive measures, and also eliminate all infectious things outside, So too, we have to become good and aggressively good and eliminate the bad. Luckily to us, today the whole world is supporting because we are doing the correct thing. Let us pray that the akal prevails in those dushta rakshasas and they set right their minds well and behave proper. If they surrender today and hand over all the terrorists to India, then we should think of sparing them. And they should destroy every of the terrorist outfits or whatever they are. Isn't it? That's good for them first of all. Are happily science technology is growing. Join hands. That way develop your nation outside. Inside anyway your Lord is there. You worship him. आराम से भुक्ति और मुक्ति दोनों पाओ. Why are you unnecessarily traveling India? Murak. Isn't it? In the same way, inside also, let all our upadhis be in our control. Let them be utilized in the Adhyatmika Pragati Sadhana of ourselves as well as the whole universe. And be attentive. Whenever we are weak, the enemies become stronger to defeat us. So we cannot afford to be weak by any way for any reason at any time. Isn't it? Why all what we are doing now of aggressively teaching lesson to Pakistan. We could not do 20 years back before that. Why we only started from that 93 onwards or 2000 onwards? Because we were economically very weak. Technically we were weak. Scientifically we were weak. In the war trading we were weak. In the international affairs we were so weak that we were always the victims. We could never present our case properly at the international community. Even after presenting, the stupid international community support the terrorist country only. बेवकूफ लोग है वो. That's how US was doing so. So they got that 9/11 teaching. From that 9/11 they learned that we cannot support the terrorism. Everywhere it is so. So we were weak in so many things. Now economically we are sound, technologically we are sound. The biggest strength in India is one human resource, second is huge market of 140 crores of people. Therefore, the whole world needs India because of all our these strengths. Therefore, they are supporting us, and their support is two-way. One, we are correct. Second, they are also selfish. And we are also not inimical to any country. Let every country grow, including Pakistan, if they behave well outside. In the same way, when we are weak in our jnanam inside, when we are weak in our bhakti inside, when we are weak in our upasanas inside, when we are weak in our shraddha, sharanagati to Bhagavan, Guru, Shastra inside, then the mana takes over with all its terrible, powerful imaginations, projections, desires, and weakens us by making us involved, indulge in all the negative. Bahiryuddham and Antaryuddham. We cannot afford to be weak. A slight moment's weakness in our mind, enough. The mind says, Chalo, let us not attend the class today. Ho gaya. One small arrow enough to destroy the inspired student in us of studying Upanishad. That much weak we are, isn't it? One small thought says, Chalo, today let's not do puja. Let's not go to temple. Let's not do our japa. Let's not do our yoga asanas. How can those negative thoughts be strong to defeat us? How aggressively strong we have to be. That was the teaching by all our rishis. Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapya, Varanimodata. We know this. Kshurasya dhara, Nishita, Duratya, Durgam Patah Tat Kavayo Vadanti. Yet, we will be strengthening ourselves with all the means required inside, and then we'll wage the war with one single purpose of achieving the success or victory. So Antaryuddha, Bahiryuddha, Vijaya. We need to be stronger, stronger, stronger day by day. No more weakness allowed for India and Indians in any front. And Sanatana Dharmins. Mukhya Rupena. Right? Let us now do our little study of Upanishad. Om, Om, Om. Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं बलवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ विदिताखिलशास्त्रसुधा जलधे महितोपनिषत्कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ओम ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदे श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम् अस्मिन् सनातनधर्म संस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां भारत प्रभुत्व उद्योगिनां युद्ध सैनिकानां पूर्ण आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्य शक्ति सामर्थ्यादि प्राप्ति द्वारा बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन देश संरक्षण कार्य नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्य दिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेष निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थना दीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रूणां शाश्वत रूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्ष धर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवत देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः श्री आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययम् निगमाद्यगतन्नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः। Just chant for chapter first 5 mantras. ओम य एको अवर्णो बहुधा शक्ति योगाद वर्णाननेकान् निहितार्थो ददाति विचैति चान्ते विश्वमादौ स देवः स नो बुद्ध्या शुभया संयुनक्तो तदेवाग्निस्तदादित्यः तद्वायुस्तदुचन्द्रमाः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तदापस्तत्प्रजापतिः त्वं स्त्री त्वं पुमानसि त्वं कुमार उत वा कुमारी त्वं जीर्णो दण्डेन वञ्चसि त्वं जातो भवसि विश्वतो मुखः नीलः पतङ्गो हरितो लोहिताक्षः तडिद्गर्भः ऋतवः समुद्राः अनादिमत्वं विभुत्वेन वर्तसे यतो जातानि भुवनानि विश्वा अजामेकां लोहितशुक्लकृष्णां बह्वीः प्रजाः सृजमानां सरूपाः अजो ह्येको जुषमाणोऽनुशेते जहात्येनां भुक्तभोगामजोऽन्यः। Continue. द्वासुवर्णा सयुजा सखाया समानं वृक्षं परिषस्व जाते तयोरन्यः पिप्पलं स्वादुवत्ति अनश्नन् अन्यो अभिचाकशीति समाने वृक्षे पुरुषो निमग्नः अनीशया शोचति मुह्यमानः जुष्टं यदा पश्यत्यन्यमीशम् अस्य महिमानमिति वीतशोकः. Friends, in the first two lines, how we get bound is explained. Okay, in that Vriksha is explained, the Vriksha is our own Sharira. Okay, then Nimagnaha is explained. Okay, how we get Tadatmya with this Sharira. And once we are identified with this Sharira, how our thinking, how our talking, how our action are depicted very clearly by Bhashyakara to make us know what is the meaning of Deha Tadatmya Yukta Jivanam, which is the cause of Dukkha Bandhana. And this is because of Muhyati. And once we are that, we feel we ourselves to be Anishaha. Once we are Anishaha, the result is Shochati. So, Vrukshe Nimagnaha, Muhyamanaha, Anisha, Shochati. Remember the sequence of this. Identified with the body, get lost in its total delusion, and then lose all the freedoms and powers, Anisha, then nothing but misery. How clear see our Shastras are. And the Bhashya, it is in our hands to, with calm and quiet mind and intellect, sharp and subtle mind and intellect, we have to deeply ponder over them and discover what is said in Upanishadic Jnanam in our heart. That's called Upanishad Adhyayana. It's not we listen from the Guru, give back to the Guru, study from the book and give back to the book. No, from the Pustaka, it has to come into our Mastaka. And from the Mastaka to the Hridaya. From the Hridaya to the entire Stula Sukshma Karana Sharira, our Jivana should be lived only as the Adhyatmika Paramarthika Sadhaka. Right? Now, having explained the Bandhanatmakata, now the Muktyatmakata is explained. How beautiful it is. You know? Justam yada pashyati anyam isham asya mahimanam iti vitashokaha. So, yada this samsari dukhi jiva pashyati. Who is that samsari jiva? Already said. Pashyati whom he has to see? Anyam isham. And who is that Ishvara? And what do you mean by the Pashyati? These are the words' meanings in their exhaustive detail. We have to know, and no help to us other than Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankara's Bhashya for that. That's why you have to study Upanishad, Gita, Ityadi, Moksha Shastras with the help of Bhashyakara's Bhashya. Then what is the meaning of Asya Mahimanam? Then the Vita Shokaha, totally the Shoka is gone. So here in the Upanishad also, Shoka Nivarana Margadarshanam, then in Gita also we'll be studying that only after this class, in the next class. So, one by one you see, how we will be able to see that Anya Paramatma. Okay? We cannot, to begin with, see him by ourselves. Then somebody has to show it to us. The one who shows to us is Guru, he is Paramakarunika. Then how we come across a Guru, how the Guru comes in our life, how he teaches us the Upadesha Yoga Marga, and how we get faith in it, and how we practice it. Thing is, when we are going through so many lives, while going through them unknowingly or knowingly, when we do the Dharma, the Punya, the Upasana, the Sanchita, Sanchayata, Sanchayanam, all the Sanchitatva of all that, just like the Dushkarma Sanchaya gives us the Dukkha and the Dushta Sharira or Durlokas, so to our Satkarma, Punyakarma, Dharma Sanchaya brings that Paramakarunика Guru in our life who shows us the Yoga Marga, the Moksha Marga, the Jnana Marga, Tattva Marga. Moksha from the Shoka, and that is through only the Jnana and Jnana of the Tattva. And that Tattva is Brahman, and the Brahman is my own self. I'm sure by now, from last few years of listening, we are clear about all these things. If not, continue listening. How much we studied in 5 years, that much will be there for us to study both in the Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka Upanishads, which we study after this Upanishad. Okay? So, Saha, that you and I, Eva, alone, Preta Teriyang Manushyadi Yonishu Apatan, we have explained it. Too much of Papa, Preta Yoni, less Papa, Tirya Yoni, Punya Papa Samana, Manushya Yoni, more Punya, Gandharva Yaksha Kinnara Kim Purusha Yoni, और भी किया है तो we go to Swarga. And in human life only, when we are deeply, intensely Adhyatmika sadhakas. In the Bhakti sadhakas, of which Devata we are doing Upasana, to that Devata Loka we go. There is Lakshmi Devi Loka. There is Durga Devi Loka. There is Parvati Devi Loka. Yesterday we saw in our Skanda Purana. No? Today we will be seeing, we will be traveling with that Brahmana along with that, who are they? Vishnu Parshadas. While going, when he asks them, they will take us to the tour of all the lokas. Today, tomorrow in Skanda Purana afternoon Parayanam, you will see so many higher lokas are there. So the Bhoga Lokas are Yaksha Kinnara Kim Purusha Siddha Charana up to the Indra Loka. Then the Ishta Devata Lokas are there of every Devata where we go, everything is free. We enjoy the devotion, we are enjoying the service of those Devatas. If you are Shuddha, Tapasvis, Jnanis, Vedanta Margi, then after this Swarga Loka, the Mahar Loka, Jano Loka, Tapa Loka, we go. उसमें भी परिपक्व हो गया तो सत्यलोक वही गो. From the Satyaloka, along with Brahmadeva, certainly, or much before that, when Brahmadeva gives Brahmopadesha, Brahmajnana, we get moksha. These are all called Krama Mukti. But as a human being, in the human life only, one can, by total dedication, can get the Atmanubhava and Sadhyo Mukti instant. So here, we are explaining all that as an explanation to Preta Tiryang Manushya Adi Yonishu Apatan Dukkham Apannaha. In those Shariras, Sharira itself is a Naraka Dukkha. We have already seen our Prashnottara, Ratnamalika as well as Maniratnamala. Kaha Narakam, Narakam Kim, Swa Shariram Eva, already known to all of us. With the fear of death or fear of disease or fear of old age or desire for propitiating the Deha Indriya, how much dukkha we go through every moment. इसी को नरक कहते. So dukkham apatan, then yonisha apatan dukkham apannaha. Then we saw yesterday, kadachit aneka janma shuddha dharma sanchayana nimittam. Underline this line. Aneka janma shuddha dharma sanchayana nimittam. So right now in this life, if you have a guru, even for a moment, little bit we heard from him, that is also punya phala. If you are more time with the guru, more listenings we are doing, more punya we have done. Maximum we have heard, to so much. So, aneka janma shuddha dharma sanchayana nimittam. Shuddha dharma sanchayana nimittam means living a very pure, noble life, full of dharma and whatever little bit of satkarmas we could do, we have done. Hai. Here, Shuddha Dharma Sanchaya, he said. He has not deliberately added the words of Seva, Punya, Upasana. Because वो तो शुरुआत में किसी को पता ही नहीं होता. है ना? For a person, the first step for evolution is, minimum step for evolution is Dharma. That is the first take-off point or runway it is. When we do Dharma, avoid Adharma, then all those fears, anxieties in the mind will not be there. The one who lives dharmic life, his mind is calm and quiet. In that mind only, all these possibilities are there of seva, of values, or of upasanas, of the punya karmas, or any of the higher adhyatmic sadhanas. The one who has not started the dharma, living life of adharma, you will always have the fears of results of adharma, and definitely those results will come and punish him. He will never be available for the higher lives. That's why Aneka Janma Shuddha Dharma Sanchayana Nimittam. Minimum life is live the Shuddha Dharma. But exactly we have to do that alone. And as we are human beings, थोड़ा आंख बंद करके अंदर देख लो, even if one is a tribal, uneducated, yet he will know what are his dharmas. उतना मिनिमम मनुष्य होने के नाते अंदर वो वाला अकल होता है. बस it should not be overpowered by our desires and our other negativities. है ना? That is the first thing in life is dharma. Dharmo rakshate rakshita. Dharmita virati dharmate virati jogate jnana jnana moksha prada veda vakana. Dharma karo to vairagya, vairagyate then guru palamti, and guru gives the jnana, jnana gives the moksha. That yoga is bhakti yoga, ashtanga yoga, that prepares our antakarana, with which we get tattva jnanam, with that we get moksha. So moksha with tattva jnana, tattva jnana with antakarana shuddhi, shuddha antakarana with bhakti and yoga. Both of them we do when there is vairagya. Vairagya we will do when there is dharma. So dharma te virati, virati te yoga, yoga te jnana, jnana te moksha prada. और ज्ञान मोक्ष प्रदा है ना. धर्म ते विरति योग ते ज्ञान मोक्ष प्रदा वेद बखाना. श्री राम जी टेल्स अरण्य कांड लक्ष्मण स्वामी in that Sri Rama Gita. So here also Aneka Janma Shuddha Dharma Sanchaya Nimitta. What will happen? What comes to us if that dharmic jivan is lived? Ki kenachit paramakarunikena. Some paramakarunika jivan mukta comes in our life. Like in case of Valmiki. So he was looting, plundering, but he was not doing it for his own personal selfish purpose. He was doing it for his family. That was the dharma in him. And that was enough for him to invoke the presence of Saptarishis first, or presence of Naradji himself to give that Upadesha. Isn't it? Proof mil gaya ki nahi yahan? In the same way, in the case of Parikshit and all, lived a very dharmic life. Only one mistake he has done. He got the curse for his death, capital punishment. But that dharma lived throughout life. Invoked the arrival of Shuka Bhagavan in his life, and he gave jnana. Even in case of Arjuna too, he was throughout life living dharma. They were not aggressive to trouble Duryodhanadi, like Pakistan troubling India. No, they were always dharmic, taught by father, even after his departure. Vidura, Bhishma, Kunti Mata. They were always there to give guidance to Pandavas. Little later, when they grew, Yudhishthira was self-sufficient with all his knowledge to guide his brothers in dharma. Because of that dharma, especially to Arjuna, Bhagavan Krishna himself came and gave Gita. And after the dharma yuddha to Yudhishthira, Bhishmacharya only gave as the entire Upadesha. So these are all proofs for this sentence. That when we live life of dharma for a sufficient period of time, kadachit ke aneka janma shuddha dharma sanchayana nimittam kenachit means by someone paramakarunikeena. Paramakarunika guru comes in our life. And what he does? Darshita yoga margaha. He teaches or he shows us the yoga marga. And what is the yoga marga? That which is based on focusing on faculties in controlling them. Yoga is chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta vritti nirodha, chitta nirodha can never happen without indriya nirodha. Indriya nirodha cannot happen without viveka vairagya for the outer world. All of that substantially should be understood as yoga. So here is example giving Darshita Yoga Marga. Yoga is, as we saw yesterday in other text also, pulling our faculties away from the world and worldliness, and putting them towards Paramatma till they merge in Paramatma. Along with them, we also merge. Whenever we say merger, understand it is realizing, recognizing the absolute truth which was covered under our own ignorance because we never inquired, because we were deludedly involving in the outer world only. Isn't it? That's the meaning of merging. So, Yoga Marga is shown by Kenachit Paramakarunika. And that shown Yoga Marga that sadhaka starts doing. The sadhana practice. Examples are given. Few of the Yoga Marga sadhanas Shankara Bhagavan himself is quoting. Which are they? Ahimsa, Satya, Brahmacharya, Sarvatyaga, Samahitatma. So through the yoga practice, he'll have to reach to the state of Samahita Atma. Atma means Antakarna. Samahita means fully gathered, fully controlled. When will the Antakarna fully gets gathered and controlled? When all the uh, values are practiced. Those are mentioned here. That are called Yoga Marga. Few are mentioned here. Ahimsa. Non-harming anyone. Vocally, mentally, intellectually, physically. Ahimsa. Paramo dharma. You know? Then second one is Satya. The intellectual honesty, Satya, as well as vocal honesty, Satya. Third one is Brahmacharya. The direct meaning of Brahmacharya is physical indulgence, reduction, total restraint in that. Brahmacharya. Then the fourth one was Sarvatyaga. That we have no association, attachment with anything as ours. Remember, when all vastus are, some of what we have given, what we have is given to others, it's called as dhanam. That particular thing totally given up is called as tyaga. That particular thing. All the things given up, including upadhi tadatmya, is called as sannyas. So here he is talking about sarvatyaga. The entire, sarvatyaga, like the Nachiketa's father wanted to do. That's called as Sarvameda Yajna it is, where everything will have to do the Tyaga. But he was keeping the good cows, etc. And that was for his own son Nachiketa. Nachiketa understood father is doing this mistake because of his attachment to me. If I do something by which he does Tyaga of me only, then that Papa, which he was doing for me, of not giving good cows, giving only bad cows, that Papa, that Dharma, father can avoid. Then his yajna becomes 100% fulfilled. Then he said, whom you are giving to me? By default, by mistake, he said, Mrityavet Vadadar. But it has become true. He went to Mrit. Isn't it? Then by Nachiketa only, because of Nachiketa only, with the blessings of Yamaraj to his father, everything has come. I am talking about Sarvatyaga here. So Ahimsa, Satya, Brahmacharya, then Sarvatyaga. Through such sadhanas, Samahitatma San. Totally when he gathers his Antakarna fully under his control. And this word, when it came in our Yoga Darshanam, so many times we explained with so many examples. Like when we are seated in the car, before the driving starts, all the things we ensure, if they are ensured, to be ensured, we are Samahita. Regarding the car, the petrol is checked, the hava in the tires are checked, oil is checked, brakes, clutches, everything checked. Then ourselves seated and put the belt. Then the key is put in the particular that keyhole of the starting engine. This is called the car related Samahitatma. Then with ourselves, the Samahitata is we know where to reach. We know the road by which we have to reach. We know the entire driving skills along with all traffic rules. That full preparation is called Samahitatma before the journey starts. And once the journey starts, all this theory known, exactly practicing is called Samahitatma. पेट्रोल खत्म हो गया तो रोको और भर लो, दैट्स कॉल्ड समाहिता, isn't it? खुद को भूख लग रही है तो stop and have something, that is समाहिता. If you are tired, feeling sleepy, you can't drive with sleeping mind. पूरे लोग अंदर के भी है ना एक्सीडेंट. So you have to pause somewhere, fresh up yourself. If need, take half an hour sleep, nothing wrong. That's a part of Samahitatma. A Samahitatma is fully aware of goal to reach, means to follow, full preparation from himself and journey. At every step what's required, like Indian government. Samahitatma now. Fully key, which are the targets to be aimed at in Pakistan? First, terrorist things उड़ा दिया. Second, the airways. आधा तो एनर्जी चला जाएगा. Third, not human beings, but all their wherever the arms and ammunition are collected and put. उनको finish कर दो पहले. समाहितात्मा. This is how we can weaken. Then, if they are too much of escalating, then at every level retaliation. Isn't it? Perfectly well planned Samahita. They have 160, what do you call them, nuclear weapons. We have only 130. But that doesn't matter. If they throw one or two, we'll throw one or three. That is enough to finish all Pakistan. Because that country is very small. इतने भागने की जरूरत नहीं. दो चार डालो खत्म. Ours is very big. How many they put? 10. 10 Nagaras will be destroyed for 1,000 years, no doubt. But what will happen to them? Our Indian government knows, everybody knows. So, Samahitatma. At the same time, updating to the international community, to the UN, with all the proofs, where from the aggression started. Now, including China, everybody is telling Pakistan, chup ho ja karke abhi. This is how Samahitatma. All this is because of our pure heart, that we are never aggressors. Isn't it? And that's because of our being spiritual basically. That's because we study Shastras. That's because we are at the feet of the Guru. All of that is because we have done Punya to be born in India in Sanatana Dharma. Great, no? Think about all it. Samahitatma, the continuous meetings. Everybody, not only the big defense minister, president, prime minister, the chiefs of all the three, they are Samahita. I'm telling you that pilots who are taking these jet planes and shooting the bombs and coming back, ye sab bhi, whoever are doing it, Samahita. You cannot miss the target. You cannot hit the wrong target. The precision with which the terrorist things are hit are 13 days of exercise it was. Perfect. Thank you karke, the Pakistan should have appreciated India. Instead of that Muraklo. But still, even now, India is Samahit. Isn't it? Both ways. Samahit mein kya hona hai? If they withdraw, we are kind. If they are aggressive, we are doubly aggressive. That's called being ready. Every example we are giving. Samahitata of the parents with regard to the children. They know exactly the nature of children, in which way they can excel, provide all of that, and keep on monitoring every day, not once in a month or week. हर दिन भगवान भक्त को, गुरु शिष्य को, parents to the lower, they have to monitor everything at every moment. 3,000 above kilometers of border is there with India and Pakistan. See, Jaipur, Jaisalmer, Gujarat, Ahmedabad, everywhere they are trying. Jammu, Kashmir, Amritsar. Huge thing it is. Don't sleep, huh? I didn't sleep raat mein 3 baje tak I was watching on 3 to 30. So we must know what's happening in our country. Samahitatma explained. Then Samahitatma son, next topic is Shama Adi Sampannaha. Shama Adi Sampanna means here earlier mein Darshita Yoga Marga mein, by giving the meaning of it as Ahimsa Satyasteya, Bhagavan explained the Yoga Darshanas, the first two Yamanima sadhanas. Ahimsa Satyasteya Brahmacharya Parigraha. These are 5 yamas. Shaucha Santosha Tapaswadhya Ishwar Pranidhana. These are the 5 niyamas. With that little we balanced ourselves. Then the Vedantic preparatory sadhanas he mentions here of Shamadhi Sanyuktaha, Shamadhi Sampannaha. The Shamadhi is our sadhana chatushtay sampada में जो Shamadhi षटक संपदा है. Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. These are 6. It is slowly, and then remember, when it is said that of so many lives of dharma, fetches the Guru to us, and Guru shows us the Yoga Marga, and this is how we evolve. Remember, it is not that way straight away suddenly happening. Every of them will have to continue. Means have to keep on continuing living the dharmic life. Then only the Parama Karunika Guru comes in our life continuously. And continuously he teaches me Yoga Marga. Then continuously I have to practice the Ahimsadi. Then continuously I have to maintain the Samahi Tattva. Then continuously I have to do the Shamadhi Sadhana. कहीं रुकावट कहीं छोड़ना नहीं होता हो. And when I reach to the Shamadhi Sadhana level, that doesn't mean that I neglect the Guru, that doesn't mean that I neglect living life of Dharma. जो शुरू किया वो चलता ही रहता है. Not that it is left now you are doing the other things. It is in continuation of them. Continuing them we have to continue. So Shamadhi Sampannaha, such person with the Guru now will be taught. Guru will teach him the Brahmagnana, Atmagnana, then he will visualize it. That is called as Anyam Isham Pashyati. What is it? Tomorrow we will see. Okay. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Namah Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you, friends. Join for Gita class. 20 minutes we'll have.